Yo, YouTube. Today I'm going to start showing you my PSA collection. As you know, I'm a Brett Favre super collector and also a PSA investor collector. So I thought I'd kind of show you where I'm at and even point out some things that I'm looking for. So let's take a look. We're going to look at the first couple of years. I have quite a few cards in the collection, so this is going to be over several different videos, but I thought you might enjoy it, so check it out. In this first video, we'll show you some of the collection from rookie year through, I believe this is 93, 94. And actually I have a 94 card to add. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got this one down here. Those are all boxes of PSA graded cards from my collection, but we'll just start here for today. But I have this 94 Sportflix PSA 10 that I've never filed, so as long as I'm in there, might as well get that put away. But first, let's start with the rookies. I do have one BGS card in here. I'll probably just file that in the year of cards. At some point, I'm definitely going to cross this over. I don't collect stuff in BGS, but it was a great deal, and this isn't a very rare card. And I just love how it looks, so I thought, okay, with BGS 9, I'll pick that up. But this is a 1999 Showcase Legacy collection, so it's got the Legacy on here in the blue writing. And then, as you see in the top left corner there, it's numbered out of 99. And then the back looks pretty much the same as the regular card, but anyway, one of my favorite cards of all 90s inserts, so I had to have that. So that's sort of the oddball in here. And then I do have a couple of non-Favre cards in here. I've got a 89 score Barry Sanders and an 86 Topps Jerry Rice and 8. Both cards I was buying right before the market started jumping for football. I figured I better pick up the two of the iconic players that I wanted to have rookie cards of. Then we'll get to the Favres. These will be 10. I've actually sold some out of my PC, and I've been kind of replacing them as I've been finding deals on them. Like, for example, I have a Platinum coming that I bought for 35 bucks because I sold my previous one for 70. But anyway, here's a PSA 10 91 Action Pack. 91 Classic PSA 10. This one is a really tough one. This is the Classic 4 Sport, but it's the French version. It looks the same on the front, but if you look at the back, it has everything in English on the top and then French underneath. So classic cards, I believe, were made in Canada, which is why they probably made a French version. Kind of like O-Pee-Chee. 91 Pacific PSA 10. Then we got a couple of 9s in here. 91 Pro Set. I was buying these when I thought they were pretty cheap and we're about to go up. Another 9. And here's another tough one. This is a PSA 10. Finally had gotten my hands on one of those. I had 2 Spanish PSA 10s that I got cheap. Like, no one wanted those for a long time. I was paying 20-25 bucks for them. I just sold the last one for 125. So I got to score another. I could watch out for a deal on a Spanish Pro Set. 91 score PSA 10. Pretty tough grade on that one too. Here's the Stadium Club PSA 10 and another one. This is the one that I bought. The gentleman had an error in the listing and he had buy it now instead of when he listed lower having that be his auction starting price. So he agreed to honor the price since I bought it, so that was a good backup pickup of that card in case I sell one. Here's the Super Bowl version. It's got like a, it's really hard to tell on camera. There you can kind of see it. There's a little like Super Bowl stamp in that top right corner. These are extremely rare and valuable. I sold my PSA 9 for $1,500. So I was able to score an 8.5, which was pretty close. And again, these don't even come up that often, but BGS I'll have to cross over at some point. 1991 Starpix PSA 10. Starpix Prospects PSA 10. 91 Ultra PSA 10. Oh, another 91 Ultra. I got two of these, I guess. PSA 10. And BGS 9. This was one that I'm guessing I got in like a lot or something. Except this isn't something I would buy, but that's why I got that's in here. Ultra Update PSA 10. Another Update PSA 10. Like I said, when I can find these well below market, I just buy them. There's Upper Deck 10. An Upper Deck 9. Here's another Upper Deck 10. Here's the Upper Deck Checklist 10. I think those were all the rookies in the NFC, top rookies. You have Brett there sitting in a chair. Good old 90s cards. This is a PSA 10 as well. This is the high series Upper Deck, or the third series, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Here's the wild card, PSA 10. And then I do have a couple of the stripes graded. Here's a 5 stripe. That's PSA 8, which for that card isn't too bad. Black borders and glossy thin paper and everything. Here's another 5, PSA 6. Here's a 10, PSA 6. And this one was misgraded. It says 100 stripe. So here's the Topps PSA 9. Sold my 10, so I'm on the lookout for a deal for one of those. And then I have a couple of gold PSA 9s. There's one. Here's the other. Both a tad off-centered, and I'm guessing that's what cost on the grade, because the corners, everything else looks really, really good. That's all my PSA boxed rookies. They kind of go in and they kind of go out. I recently sold the other Classics rookie. There's like 2 from that year. Different ones, not just the French. There's the regular one. So I'm on the lookout for one of those. And then I have the Platinum that I found a deal on to replace. So that one should be in a couple days. You'll see that in a mail day video. So then we can get into here. This is, again, probably something I got in a lot because I wouldn't buy this, but this is that gold, 24 karat gold. Super Bowl, WCG is the grading company. I don't even know who that is. I might have to cross these at some point, or at least crack them out, because the grading company has no value. So I've got a couple of those. I've got 92 Pinnacle, PSA 8. And I do upgrade cards as I go too, so if I find an 8 on a good deal, great, I'll buy it. So at least it's a placeholder in my collection, and then if I can upgrade from there, then I will pick that up and then let the 8 go. PSA 10 Pro Set. Here's another pretty valuable sought after card. This is the 92 Stadium Club in a 9. Just had another raw one of those sell. Those have been good flips for me. 92 Upper Deck. I've been able to get them for $30 to $35 and sell them pretty quickly, like within a day or two at $55. So I might even up the price on those if I get more going forward, because I don't mind hanging on to them. Here's a Wildcard Field Force PSA 10. Here's a Field Force Silver PSA 10. Love the wild cards. Anything I can get for wild cards is something I want to hang on to. Here's a Stat Smashers PSA 10. This is a tough grade. It's got kind of a strange foil on it and a black back, which can easily chip and things like that. So great card to have in a 10. Here's Action Packed Quarterback Club in a 10. Action Packed again are kind of tough. They're embossed, and then they're like folded together and glued and when they're assembled. So they have round corners, but a lot of times the round corners has wear, or the machine didn't fold it real well, and there's like white showing. You can almost see like a tad there where the underside of the card. So anytime I find 10s of those, I try to scoop them, because to try to grade those yourself is tough. I use a Collector's Edge 8, a 93 Fleer PSA 10. There's a Pacific Silver Prism PSA 8. This is the insert prism. It's kind of got that blocky prism to it, squared off prism boxes. Here's the circular prism version. It's a 9, so you can tell it's like circles and dots instead of the squares. Those are tough grades too. 93 Pinnacle PSA 9. So some of the earlier cards are a little tough for grades. This is a PSA 10. I got this really cheap, and I don't know why, because this is a super difficult card to grade. Very low pop. Here's a Headliners insert, mint 9. Great little card. I love the writing, kind of the phrase of the players on the back. Nice picture of him and his helmet hair. Here's a Proline Live PSA 10. This is the limited edition version. I got it in a 9. This is numbered out of 10,000, 40,000. Jeez. Iconic cards, so a ton of these. PSA 8. Really want to upgrade this card. I'd love to get a 10 of it. It's to me, it's a really special card, so on the lookout for that. Here's a 93 Pro Set PSA 10. These have been hard to locate. I'm almost out of stock on the raws on them. They don't come up very often. Here's a 93 Score PSA 10. And then here is, I'll show you this one too. This is the variation photo. This is a PSA 9, and this is from Orida. So it came with like potato chip bags or something. But I thought it was interesting. Usually when they do something like that, they don't do, whoops, they don't do two different photos. But you can see here it's two different photos. So yeah, pretty fun little detail there. This is a 93 Select PSA 10. So I know these are junk wax era stuff, but grading them can be tough, and they're hard to find actually. I think a lot of people just toss this stuff out and threw it in shoe boxes when there was no value to a lot of it, and I don't know. So I'm happy to have them. Here's a 93 Skybox PSA 9, 93 SP PSA 10, 93, but this is the members only version. It's got the little stamp up there, PSA 9. I did sell a PSA 10 of that for 70 bucks, so those can do pretty well. 93 Stadium Club Super Team card, mint 9. Kind of weird, it doesn't have a number up there. I suppose these weren't numbered because it just has the record on the back, but this is the members only version too. This wasn't a pack. So this is really rare too. It's got the members only down there. Super happy to have that one, and in a 9 is pretty good on that. 93 Topps PSA 9. 93 Topps Gold PSA 9. So it's got the gold foil on the bottom here. A little parallel back in the day. 93 Ultra. These are extremely tough. 10. Even getting raw copies of these, I don't see them that often, so to have a PSA 10 is great. Here's the Ultra Stars out of a 9. Just sold my last raw one for 10 bucks. So I'm guessing the 9, maybe $20, $25. Now, here's a 93 checklist from Upper Deck. Funky little fuzzy picture background they were trying to do in the 90s. And here's the regular 93 Upper Deck PSA 10. That's all my 92 and 93s. So you can get back to the 94s here. Let me put these little oddballs in there. Okay, so we have another 93 Upper Deck. PSA 10, this was the Chris Berman quotes subset. Look at how young he is. So that one's pretty cool. And we've got the Heroes insert. These do pretty well raw too. It's PSA 10. Upper Deck stuff seems really hit or miss on grading. It's really easy or it's really hard. Here's the Upper Deck Pro Bowl hologram insert. I like this card. I like the refractor surface is nice. The dual pictures. It's kind of like picture in picture on there. Pretty cool card. And just talks a little bit about their Pro Bowl season. That's a nice one as a 9. Here's a 93 wild card, PSA 9. I'd really like an all 10s collection at some point. Realistically, I know that's virtually impossible. But any upgrades I can do as I feel like they're of value, I will do it. Here's a 93 wildcard 10 stripe. Now, I bought this for 30 bucks. Buy it now when I was buying a bunch of Favre graded cards from a guy. These are extremely valuable now. I think 100 stripe just sold for like 500 bucks. So, and they're hard to grade besides. So this has the little green stripe down here and the green wild card up here, foil. And then they put the little hologram on there too in 93. This didn't make as many cards. The company was kind of going away, but it's got a nice shot of Green Bay behind it and sweet cards. Any stripes, I am buying any stripes anytime. Here's a PSA 10 Quarterback Club, the silver parallel. So it's an all silver picture. I'm not a big fan of the card. I think it's pretty ugly, but it was there. They made it. So, and I was able to obtain this for a good price. These are extremely difficult to grade. The embossing gets dented a lot. There's problems with the corners. The silver comes off the texture. So to score a 10 of that and put it aside that's a good one in my book. 94 Bowman, PSA 9. 94 Collector's Choice, PSA 10. Here's a Collector's Edge. This is the first day printing gold version. PSA 9. PSA 10, the Excalibur, which is sort of their like Knights of the Round Table version. So you got him in a shield and you got the knight suit of armor here. Here's the 22 karat PSA 10. So it has the shield up there. It's 22 karat gold. And the Sir Brett on the back. Pretty cool card. Here's 94 Finest. Very important set. First year Finest. PSA 9. Really need a 10 of that. I keep missing out on buying them. I guess I'm just cheap, but I got to get that in a 10. Here's a 94 Fleer. This one I got from 4 Sharp Corners. And I had a PSA 10 of it in my cart that they only wanted like 20 bucks for. And then I should have bought it. It was gone by the time I went back and actually completed the order. But I did get the 9 from them. I think it was like 15 or 16 bucks, but Such a great card. A lot of, you know, quarterbacks from that era. You got Brett front and center. And this was like a back to school promo. So you can see the back to school down here. And it has a little phrase on the back about how you should stay in school. So it's got Bledsoe, Favre, Meyer, Cunningham, Kelly, Kozar, Moon, Esiason, and Neil O'Donnell. I love that card. It's so 90s. The PSA on the back. PSA as in public service announcement, not PSA as in grading. 94 Pacific, PSA 10. Here's a 94 Police. And this got a 6, and I don't know why, because it's actually... It's not in that bad a shape. I mean, the corners aren't perfect. I could see it, like, as maybe an 8, but it's definitely not a 6. It's centered well. I don't know. I was very confused by this card. It's not dirty. Sometimes these police cards get really dirty on the back. So, anyway, I have to think about that one. But again, I think I got it for like $4 or something. So, it's a good placeholder in there until I get a better grade. Here's a 94 Pinnacle, PSA 10. Pinnacle Performers, PSA 10 insert. Got this pyramid thing going on in the background. 94 Playoff Contenders, PSA 10. That was the first year of Contenders, so that's, again, those Contenders was the hottest set for many years, so that's a good one to have the first year of in a 10. Here's Proline Live. Proline was a pretty weird company in my opinion. Here's a Pro Set, PSA 10. This is the air supply or air power. You can see it says air power down there. It's kind of hard to tell on the... There you can see it. And this is the promo version. So if you look at the back, like normally this power up here will be foil. And on the back, it's got my man Sterling Sharp. And you can see down here in the corner, it says like proto for prototype. So I love oddball cards, promos, things like that. So that's a great card in a 10 to me. Here's a 94 score. These are really hard to grade, so I'm happy to have one in a 10. To me, it looks a little off-centered left to right, so I'm not quite sure how it pulled off a 10, but that's what it is. So I may upgrade that to a better looking 10 at some point. We'll see. Here's the Gold Zone Parallel. It's got that goldish refractor foil coating on the top, and then it says Gold Zone and the gold stamp on the back. PSA 9. It's a 94 Select, PSA 10. Great photo of him coming down the tunnel. Very 90s design with this like ripped look to it down the back. And then here's a Skybox Impact, PSA 10. Skybox Premium. I like this card. I like it's got the crowd, you know, everything going on in the background, but they sort of tint it. And then I like the grading of the colors. It kind of goes from the yellow to the darker green. So it's just, I don't know. I liked that set. I like the paper stock. It feels good. I remember opening a ton of packs of those and just loving how the cards felt. Here's a 94 Premium SkyTech insert. PSA 9. 1994 SP, PSA 10. Second year SP card. SP Hollowview, PSA 9. Now, obviously I have some of the more rare cards from these years. I just don't have them graded yet. So, well, I'll go through all my to be graded PSA cards and I'll do some videos of those in the future. This is the die cut PSA 10. These were selling really cheap for a while. Like I could have picked up a handful of these for maybe 10 bucks a piece. And, you know, they're a parallel and the die cut, it's hard to have sharp corners and things like that. So they've started going up a lot in recent times. Here's a Sportflix PSA 10, and actually my Sportflix will go in front of that because this is Sportflix number 27. That'll slide in there, and then this is number 183. I think they're both 94, right? Yeah, yeah, 94 Sportflix. And then here's the 94 Stadium Club in the old throwback uniform. Stadium Club stuff can be hard to grade too. It's hard to tell the centering on those full picture cards. And there's a Bowman's Best Black PSA 10. I did have the refractor that I sold for a bunch of money, so I'm looking to replace that one too. The Instant Replays PSA 9. These are kind of tough to grade because they're weren't on very good paper stock. Like the base cards I have of these are just not mint, even out of the pack. And then this one has that kind of fabric-y surface to it, if you will. So it looks like it's got film lines in it. So I get what they were trying to do. It made it pretty tough to grade. So PSA 9 on that's pretty good. Here's the Topps PSA 9. And then the Topps Special Effects. So it's got that kind of prismy effect. PSA 9. I remember when I was a kid and this set came out, I was doing a card show. So I was set up at a card show with a table. And it was at a little card shop inside a batting cage building. And they had 94 Topps. I think they were rack packs, was where you got one card, one special effects card. And I bought a couple boxes, I believe, and I never got a Brett Favre. So my later years was one of the ones that took priority to scoop up. Here's the 94 Upper Deck. Last but not least, we got this guy, this giant guy. This was Game Day, which was like a tall boy series of cards. I was told they were supposed to kind of replicate a game ticket, you know, in size. So this is the insert called Game Breakers, and it's PSA 8. So with the black borders, it's a little off-centered, obviously. I think that probably cost it on the grade. With the black borders and the size of it, these were hard to store. Where the hell do you put them? The extra cost for grading for the giant slab. This was something that was a good pickup to just buy. I don't exactly remember what I paid for this. I bought it a couple of years ago, but I can't imagine it was more than $12 or $13, maybe. So happy to have it, but yeah, obviously it doesn't fit in the slots, so it just kind of lays in the top here underneath the lid. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment if you enjoyed any of the cards or you have suggestions for me. I would love to hear it. Otherwise, stay tuned and we'll have some more videos for you soon.